Live from Crawford Studios, it's CC and NJ Guy.
What up? Yes.
So I have my friend Steve on here.
Steve.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
So
That's not my
we are
real
back.
voice. What's up, people?
Yes.
What's up?
So we 5 of Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back.
Yep.
So we're doing the rewatch.
Uh-huh.
So I had to have my friend Steve come on because he is someone who actually brought me back into Star Wars. Because I was, I
Ah.
like Star Wars, but I was never really like into Star Wars. And
Can I just say, Tom, that you took to it like a freaking moth to a flame.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, and it was so perfect for you too, man. Like, what was it around the pandemic? Maybe just a little bit before the pandemic, where you started really getting into Star Wars. Like,
Yeah, that was like Mandalorian came out. It was about the same.
yeah,
Right.
it's always there for you, isn't it? It's always there for you. Star Wars is always there for you.
Always.
I love it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then catching the in between, so you get the animations that explain everything in between everything. So you had the Bad Batch, you had the Clone Wars, you had all that.
Yeah, Rebels, absolutely, Rebels. Some great things to look forward to with the new Darth Maul, Shadow Lord, or what is it called? I think Shadow Lord coming up soon.
I'm
In that same
ready.
style. Oh, I can't wait.
I'm so freaking ready,
Can't
bro.
wait.
Gonna be
I'm honored to be on, guys. Thank you for having me, by
No,
the way.
thank you, bro. Yes.
Yeah.
On this
Appreciate it.
evening. No, thank you for coming on. I
We always love
just
having
fresh out
a
of work
guest
and
on.
shit.
And
Yeah.
Much love.
Yes.
Anytime to come on, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I figured we'd start off with just like kind of like a recap. We could talk about it, because like Empire Strikes Back, that was like, that movie was the first Star Wars movie to come out that was after Star Wars got big. You know what I mean? Because the
Yes.
first one came out, it was still new, people still, so now it was out there, right? So you get the first scene, right? You get the Star Destroyers there, and it sends out the fucking, the
Probes, Imperial trope, probes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was spitting up on my words. I'm like, pubes? Imperial pubes? No, it's probes. Sorry.
Either way, it sounds a little bit off, but whatever.
Yeah. So, you can tell they're stopping at nothing to find
the
rebels.
The rebels, they're going everywhere, looking all over the place.
They just destroyed
their
their fucking biggest asset.
Good hiding spot too. Hoth, planet Hoth.
Yeah.
Who the hell is going to think that they're on the most ice cold planet
Mhm.
with tauntauns everywhere?
Yeah.
Wampas ripping off arms. There's some crazy deleted scenes from Empire. I don't know if you guys ever saw that one where like there's C-3PO was a murdering ass android where like there was a sign. It was in Arabesh, the Star Wars language, right? It says, I guess, do not enter, because there was a Wampa trapped in there. And then C-3PO, to like get away from some of those stormtroopers, he sees it. He's like, yoink, he takes it right off of it. And they think that they went in there, the rebels. So then the freaking stormtroopers just get, I don't know, killed by a freaking Wampa.
That's
Crazy.
awesome. I didn't see that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Deleted.
Yeah, see, no, they should have put that shit back in.
Well, I'm sure you can get it now with that.
Well, yeah, I mean, but they should have put it in when they came back, when they redid everything in the 90s. You know what I mean?
You know, it's funny that I know I'm getting way ahead, but when they're on Cloud City and C-3PO, he goes, oh, look, another droid. And the droid says, Ichata.
Yeah.
It sounds like
Ichuta.
it sounds like it says Ichata. Like, oh,
Yeah.
rude. You could just replace it. It just works out perfectly.
There's a lot of new curse words in Star Wars, from especially in Mandalorian. What are some of the ones they say? Dank Ferric is a new curse word.
Yeah.
Dank Ferric. God, what's another? Hey, buddy, since you're here, what's another curse word from Star Wars? My son is a big Star Wars fan.
What did the I forget his
You're
name?
on the spot.
The gorilla guy from Rebels. What's his name? Used to say something all the time, some other kind of swear word that was from the word.
Carabas.
Carabas.
Yeah, Carabas. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I was thinking about. Yeah. Ichuta. Oh wait, Sebulba from Phantom Menace. They were doing the pod races. He said something too when he was like.
He said the same thing. What did he say?
There was like Banta Pudu.
Oh, that's right. It was. Yes. Yeah.
That's their bullshit. That's basically them saying bullshit.
That's right.
Sleemo is another one.
That's right. Yeah, no, that's when I'm start calling people, bro.
So you guys are such a nerd.
Yeah.
We're at home.
Yes, exactly.
So back to Hoth, right? So you got the AT-ATs. This is the first time we're seeing these things, these beasts.
Right.
Like this, like almost this like unstoppable walking tank, you get them, and you see the STSTs a little bit later. But the first time you're seeing these, and they're just like, and the guy, he is like, I have to say, he's the cockiest motherfucker I've ever seen. The guy who's like the tank commander. He's like,
him. Dude,
Darth
he's like,
Vader? He goes, prepare your ship.
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah,
Did.
yeah.
And he's
Did.
That guy's sci-fi royalty. He's been in everything. That guy. He
Yeah.
was in like Indiana Jones. He was. I think he was the guy from Last Crusade. He was the guy that like turned old like rapidly at the end when he drank from the
That's
wrong.
right.
Yeah.
It was him.
Yeah. And I think he was in something else too. He's always been in something. Game of Thrones. He was in Game of Thrones. He was the priest who faked that he couldn't walk.
Oh
Forget
no,
the guys. The monk.
Oh.
Yeah.
I never paid no.
He's in everything. He's in everything. That guy.
That's funny as hell. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
Star Wars was the jumpstart for a lot of people. You know what I mean? For a lot of
Yeah.
to get them to what they are now. You know, legends. You know.
Yo, maybe I'm just curious. I mean, I know why I got into it. How did you guys get into Star Wars? Like
So
hardcore.
yeah.
I'm 45, right? So like I know for Tom, we're around the same age, right?
Yeah,
So like when those special edition VHS tapes came out, you
right.
know, with the added scenes and stuff, I had that and I rewatched it like religiously.
Yeah.
I watched those movies repeatedly to the point that I had it memorized.
Wow.
And I think that's how I got into it, you know, for sure.
I was in it from day one because I went to go see it. We saw it at the movie theater on 18th Avenue in Bensonhurst.
Oh yeah.
My mom took me to
Nice.
go see it. She's like, "Oh, you're gonna love this," because she had gone out and saw it. And then she's like, "Oh, you gotta see it." And then it was over. I was hooked, and
Hell
everything in the house was a fucking lightsaber, bro. Yeah, until I broke something. And they're like, "There you go. That's what I'm talking about."
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
Nice.
guys been to Galaxy's Edge? That's where I want my ashes spread. I'm
yeah,
just saying.
yeah. I went there for my 50th. That was my 50th birthday.
Hell yeah. Hell fucking
Yeah.
yeah.
It's fucking great, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when they had first opened.
Steve just got the lightsaber. He just went to the lightsaber thing. Like,
Yeah, like I did. I had
You know
it.
what? There was a guy next to me building his lightsaber, may have been 60. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about, brother,
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Have you,
You know?
have you
I'm
guys
never
seen
too old.
that new crazy sword they have out?
Oh yeah.
And when you
They
pull
had
it out, it has the smoke coming
yeah,
out.
the dark sword.
Oh, you mean the Mandalorian one, the dark
Mandalorian
saber?
sword. Yeah. Have you seen that yet?
Crazy.
When you
Love that.
pull it out of the sheath, it's like a black light on the inside, so the whole the
It's
inside
different colors though.
and then the outside glows.
Yeah, it's
And
crazy.
then when you hit the next button, it changes colors or it also fogs up. So as you're swinging it around and whatnot,
it's sick.
it's like a freaking fog over that shit. Man. But when
That's
I
how I want to go. That's how I want to go. You got to take me out with a lightsaber and spread my
Yeah,
ashes at
that's
Galaxy's Edge. That's it.
Yeah, there's a kid inventing a lightsaber for real, a real one. So
Yeah.
They're trying. There's a
Yeah.
lot of people who try.
hell yeah.
They do.
But when I went to Disney for the whole Star Wars experience, did they give you a bag sheath?
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
I got it on my door. Yeah.
When I turned on and got it, I'm like,
I touch it every morning.
Yeah, I know. I do the same thing as my thing. I go and I touch it too. I'm like, this is it.
It was such a good time.
Yeah, yo, I'm telling you, it's freaking great. When I
Yeah.
went, I was like, how the
Yes.
fuck are we gonna get this shit back on the plane? Like they're not gonna. It looks like a rifle,
I thought the same thing. Yeah,
Right.
especially these days, right?
right? So when I went, it was post COVID, like 2021 that we went, right?
Yeah.
And no freaking lie. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm gonna have to send this shit fragile back to New York. I'm gonna give it to my son who lives in Florida and have him send it back to me like tomorrow kind of thing so that I can be
Yeah.
there, stay home from work again to just get this shit when it came in. I
Yeah.
get to the airport, I have it on, and there was at least, bro, 50 other dudes that were walking with it. And we're all
Yeah.
looking at it like,
yeah.
yeah, hey.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly right.
Yeah.
I love that
Uh-huh.
feeling. Man.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
that's
Boy,
like the
men's body.
I'm just saying.
Awesome.
Yeah, my
It
wife
is.
was
It's
looking,
awesome.
yeah,
It's
my
great.
wife was looking
I
like,
love
what the fuck? I'm like,
I
yeah,
love
it looks like a shotgun. So I'm like, listen, I'm gonna be quite, second in business. I'm like, no, I'm too dark to have this shotgun looking thing on my back. They're gonna fucking take me down in the fucking airport in Orlando. It's over. And when I got
Yeah.
on the airplane, I had put it on the floor because we sat right in the front of the, right, like first class or whatever. And I put it on the floor right in front of me, said nobody could touch it. It would be out of the way. And the
Right.
flight attendant's like, yeah, we had to put that upstairs. I'm like, no, you don't have to. It's fine right here. She goes, no, we have to put it up. But she picked it up, dude. And I'm telling you, this is when you know that they do their jobs well. She picks it up like this with two hands. She's like, it's okay, I got it. Held it real slow and put it into the overhead. Because she knew what it was. Because there was like another, like I said, on the flight alone, there was
They
like three of the
must
dudes.
just
Don't
all
take my
day
time.
long. They must have
Yeah,
to do it with
it was the
lightsabers.
greatest thing. Yeah, that was JetBlue. She was like,
Look.
no, I understand. I know what it is. I mean, it's
Yeah,
okay.
because they're standing in the
Yeah.
back going, it's another one.
Let me ask you this though. When you went, what year was that?
21.
21. So back then they were still doing the sequel trilogy with the
Yep.
whole park.
Yep.
Now, and I just did it this past year, and I just found out that they're doing the original trilogy. So when you walk in Galaxy's Edge, you're going to see Luke, you're going to see Leia, you're going to see Han. You're not going to see the sequel trilogy people like Rey and
Right.
Kylo Ren. They're going to make it so that it's the original, right?
Right.
I'm a little pissed off because I missed that by a couple of months. It's all good. It's fine.
Yeah.
It was still pretty cool. I did the because you know it's different when you're a kid. Like I feel like you have more nerves and you can get on rides. We were just talking about this, Tom, how you were just on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle like roller coaster ride and how crazy that was, right?
Yeah.
But like I went on that simulation ride, the freaking Millennium Falcon. I did
Yup.
the first one, Rise of the Resistance ride.
Mhm.
And I was having a panic attack on that thing. I was actually freaking the hell out. I was like, all right, what the fuck is happening right
No
now? Like,
way.
because you're freaking out. You have no idea what's about to happen. And I'm still like, but I love Star Wars. So we gotta do this. I'm lock in. You gotta do this, right? Bro, I had a panic attack and a half on that ride. But I'm telling you right now, if I had a heart attack, again, what a way to go. My ashes, you just leave them there. It's all good. I love
The
it. I love
excitement
it.
overwhelmed you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was too much excitement. Like you're having such a good time. Everything that I watched this on YouTube so many times before I ended up finally going because I spoiled myself. I had to see what I was in for.
Right.
And it was exactly like you saw it on YouTube, like from
Yeah.
the Yoda's voice, like playing it out, telling you about the Force. And I was like, oh shit. But when they hand you the crystals,
I know.
from Ilum,
Dude.
and they like pick your crystal, and I look around the room. I was like, I better not see a single red crystal in here, you Sith bastards.
Yes.
This is a Jedi. But if they want to make it a better experience, get a separate room and make it like a Sith experience.
Yeah.
Because in
Make
that
it
room,
crystal.
how sick would that have been if you had just a bunch of like, Sith, people,
Right.
rule of two, maybe only one person and another one, make your own
Yup.
lightsaber. That would have been
Yeah.
cooler.
That
Bleed the
would've been-
crystal, as it were,
Yeah. Well, what color did you
Absolutely.
get? You got a blue one. You got a blue one. I got a purple.
Hell yeah.
I did
Yeah.
purple.
Yeah.
I
Purple's
was
dope.
rolling.
Purple's dope.
Yeah.
Purple's dope.
And
Yeah.
it's funny because I built mine with my
Now learn
daughter.
the pod.
Yeah. Wow.
My daughter, she was like, it was just her and she and I built one, and the wife was there recording. And oh, dude, yeah, she was like, I'm gonna make one with dad. I'm like, I fucking love it. Mind you, she was like 25 already, 26.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So she was like, yo, we're gonna do it. Yeah, we have.
But think about this. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, no, I'm just saying we just had. It's like she was the one that's like, let's go, dad. I'm like,
Think about this. Think about the kid when you first saw. I'm talking about when you were a kid and you saw Star Wars. Did you ever think it was going to be that good, where you could
No.
build your own freaking lightsaber, crystal and all, with the
yeah,
whole experience and stuff?
yeah,
Where
no,
they sectioned off a whole area of Disney where you
Yep.
could do that. You know what I mean? Like, with the
Mhm.
times we're living in,
yeah, it's
some
freaking great
things
for that stuff.
are great.
Love
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that's one of those things that you have to go
Right.
and do it, bro. You just, yeah, I want to go back. And I tell people all the time, dude, I was like, if there was an airport in Disney World, I would take the flight from New York or Newark or whatever straight into Disney Airport, be there and get the fuck out. I wouldn't stay to hang out anywhere else in Florida.
Yeah.
Like it would
Yeah.
just be, and I would just
Same with Universal.
yeah. See,
Yeah.
that would be so freaking fantastic, man.
Can
Yeah.
you imagine if Star Wars just keeps blowing up and blowing up?
It
They just
it
have
is.
their own theme
It is.
park.
It's-
Like
it's-
no,
well,
make a Galaxy's
But
Edge
no, but it
theme
has.
park.
But it has.
Can you
But-
imagine?
Well, it's going to be
So-
that now because think about it, bro.
Yeah.
If you look at what they've got already,
Like just a theme park
Just that.
dedicated to
it's going to be just
Star
that, bro.
Wars.
It's going to be just that watch.
Never
I
know.
guarantee it. It's going
I
to
don't know
be.
if you guys play the video games at all. Do you play like Jedi
No, I haven't played
Survivor?
the games. No.
You know what I was telling Tom? You don't even have to play the games. Just go on YouTube and put on
Watch
cutscenes. Just put on the cutscenes from the video game. It plays like a movie in itself.
No
So
shit.
you're watching things that are happening around the time of Order 66, when the Jedi are on the run from like the Inquisitors and
Right.
Vader's coming after them. And then you have like the next one that came out after that, where this guy has rediscovered that that he's like a Jedi. He's got all his powers back, and oh my god, that game is insane. Like
Yeah.
that is a beautiful game to play. It's a beautiful, like visually, it's beautiful, like the way they created the story and everything behind it. But I think they've skipped the third one. Maybe they're going to do a third one, but I think they're just going to take that and go live action and tie
Okay.
it to the Mandalorian series and Ahsoka. And they're going to do a whole series with Cal Kestis, the
It's amazing
character.
how
Yeah.
much got branched off from that one,
Mhm.
when it first came out.
Yeah,
Just took a life of its own.
Yeah, it did.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's crazy because I remember when I saw that in Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
Because I used to go there for the summers, so I saw that one on as well, and that was really good.
Yeah.
And I'm older than you guys. I'm going to be 60 in April,
Right.
so 66. So I had a connection, by the way, too,
Go ahead.
because I had somebody who worked at 20th Century Fox, where I was
Oh, right,
able to
right.
get those tickets in the comic books. I
Right,
got
right,
comic
right.
books
Nice.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome, man. That is so
So,
freaking
yeah.
sick.
yeah.
I
So I
love
remember
this.
that, and when I saw the movie, I loved it right away. I was always a Star Trek fan first because that's what I watched growing up. I would watch the reruns. My parents were into it. I wound up getting into it,
Yeah.
Twilight Zone, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And
We're a
then-
rare breed to be both a Star Trek and a Star Wars fan. It's very rare, but I have it too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think it's cool though because it's really it's not about competing against each other. It's totally different,
No,
totally
yeah,
different worlds. You
Mhm.
know, it's
yeah. I would rather live in a Star Trek world because that is a world of just that's the way it should be. You
right.
know, like
I got you.
just no world hunger. Food can materialize. If you're hungry,
Right.
just look at a replicator and say, tea, Earl Grey, hot, and you're gonna have it materialize in front of you. I'm more of a like I love Next Generation so much. Deep
Mhm.
Space Nine,
Oh,
Voyager.
yeah.
I'm not so
Okay.
much of a fan of the newer stuff that came out, like Discovery.
And I liked a lot of this stuff. It was good
Yeah,
stories. It was
like
great.
I don't know. I haven't watched the Starfleet Academy one.
No, not
You
yet
know,
either. I haven't
So
either.
Yeah.
it's funny. My guy's sister, I was talking to her the other day, and she said that I have to watch Discovery before I finish watching Strange New Worlds and
That one's good,
Lily-
actually. That one's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is.
but she said you got to watch Discovery so you understand what's going on in Strange New Worlds and
Okay.
in Starfleet Academy. And I hadn't seen Discovery. I'm starting to watch it now, so
All right.
got to watch that because then you
Tom,
understand what's going on.
Well, I'm
How
not
do you
gonna
feel
say
about Star
anything.
Trek?
Hold on.
You know what? So we were actually talking about this. I've never have disliked Star Trek. I just never got into it. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Yeah.
So
I got a
You know,
challenge for you.
we're gonna.
He loves Star Trek. He
Yeah.
does.
Oh, I do that all the time. Lou and I used to work together, and like sometimes walking around, and I do like Ace Ventura, and I
Yeah.
was doing.
I love it. It appears we're about to do battle, Steven.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fucking fun.
So-
Holy.
He's got that crazy lisp. Oh,
Yeah.
So I was thinking when we're done doing, so we're going to do this as a series for Star Wars,
Right.
right? We're talking about all the different
Right.
movies. When we're done with Star Wars, I figure we go to Star Trek.
Oh, yeah, that'd be
and
great.
I'll get my perspective as like first time watching some of this stuff.
Yeah, because
Right.
you guys are definitely
I've seen
know
some
a
of the
lot
movies.
of stuff that I don't know.
Yeah.
I watched when I was a kid. I watched Next Generation when it was aired on.
Oh,
Right.
I remember watching it, but I didn't watch it religiously. I
Oh,
watched it if I was.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I gotta say,
Sorry.
season 5, episode 25, The Inner Light. I know the episode, I know the season. If you watch that and you don't cry, you're not human. Or you're dead.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yep. It's when, I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's Picard living an entire different life. And at the end of it all, he wakes back up as if an entire life happened in the span of like 20
Oh, I
minutes. And he
remember
wakes
that
up.
one.
Yeah.
If you don't cry from that episode,
Yeah.
then it's not Star Trek that's the problem. It's you.
Yeah. It's you. Yeah.
You are
It's a
the-
beautiful, beautiful episode, Tom. I swear to God, I would love to watch that. We'll do a freaking
Yeah, we'll have to
watch-along.
do this on
Yeah.
a Star Trek one.
Yeah. We're
so-
gonna do that. Star Trek is next. So we're doing the Star Wars now, and
Yeah.
then Star Trek is
But
next.
it's always
and-
funny how it comes up no matter what.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's not on
Yeah.
purpose. It's not like to like
Well,
mock
there's
one or
so
the
many-
other.
It's- well, even in the last episode, you guys were trying to figure out, is it warp speed? Is it light speed? Is that Star
Right.
Trek? Is it Star Wars?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And also, it's like I feel like they kind of go almost hand in hand. You know what I mean? Not hand in hand, but like now you get into the Star Wars expanded universe, and then it starts to be a little bit more like Star Trek because there's like different like species. There's more
Mhm.
focus on species and stuff like
Right.
that.
Right.
Yeah.
a
What you said
certain
last
way.
week. That's what you said. I mean, well, we believe, and like Steve was saying, Star Trek is that's the way. That's the one. Like that's
This is
where we
the
feel
way.
life would be better. You know what
Star
I'm saying?
Wars
Like
is
how
like
it should be.
a space western.
Right.
in a
Yeah.
sense.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I don't
Mixed
mean
with
that in a,
samurai.
I don't.
mixed
Yeah, with everything. It's comic. It's a
mixed
comic
with
book. It really
fantasy.
is.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's the thing, like, circling back to Empire Strikes Back, is that scene. I think that's the first time you learn that there's like creatures that like live in space.
Right.
When
Right.
they come out of that giant,
Right.
what it's called.
Yeah.
They're like, why is this spongy? Why is everything
Yeah.
wet out?
Yeah.
and flying
Exactly.
out of your mouth?
Yeah. Yep.
The Minox cave. Yeah. Yeah.
The energy and stuff like
Yep.
that.
Or even when they went into the bar, you know what I'm saying? You're seeing everybody there, you're hearing that
Yeah.
music, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like that jazz
Right.
sound. So like, oh snap.
The
Like
Cantina
this,
band.
yep, the cantina.
Do you guys do what I do when you work your jobs? Do you ever kind of like visualize, like, if this was Star Wars, this is kind of how it would be? So I'm a truck driver, right, for my living. And
Right.
what I do is whenever I'm backing into a loading dock, I'm on solo, like, oh yeah, that'll do nicely. And then I like back in and I'm just like, and I swear to God, I cannot help but feel like if I'm like switching things on or off, I'm like, Chewie, set 2-7.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like I'm literally like my own co-pilot. It's crazy.
so funny.
You know what I do though? I at work when I was with Lou, we would when he's like backing up the van, I'd be like, "Back it up, Mike!"
Pull your feelings.
Jerky boys, jerky
Yeah,
boys.
yeah.
Whenever I would walk through a store, I would time the door enough where I knew, like, once I put my hand out, the door would open.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
of
yeah.
course.
Hell yeah. He's
Every
the
Uh-huh.
best.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah, man. You gotta. You have to. Yeah, it's just epic. Empire Strikes Back, I think that's what made it. I think that's what started to catch people to really, like, now they were
Empire. I
vested.
think it was Empire. Yeah,
I think it was
yeah.
Empire Strikes Back that made that's where people said, now I'm vested. Now I want to see
What's gonna happen
going on
next?
next. I
Yeah.
I
want
feel like, yeah, that's definitely the one where the good guys didn't like win in the end. And that's
Right.
when it sort of set the tone for like, okay, this is a drama now. This isn't like happy ending. This is like the Dark Knight in a weird way was
Mhm.
kind of like an Empire Strikes Back type of movie
right.
where like it wasn't a happy ending. Batman is being chased by Gotham police or whatever. It's the
Mhm.
same thing with Empire. Like you had Han
Right.
that was like encased in carbonite. You had
Mhm.
Luke's hand got chopped off by Vader. They were on their way to like rescue Han. And then even in Return, I don't want to skip ahead, but like Return, like you saw like things weren't any better. Like they were in a
Mhm.
tough spot from the very beginning of the movie,
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
But I know a lot of people refer to Empire as like a like transitional movie because it's like they're in transition. They're hiding. The rebels are in hiding. Like there's a lot of like shit going on. Vader is trying to get Luke Skywalker. But I thought that was a great movie. I loved.
Yeah.
I think Empire was such a cool movie.
Yeah, it
Um,
was.
It's usually people's first like number, like when you rank your favorites, it's usually their first.
Mm-hmm.
Over the years, I've thought about it. I'm like, it's still for me like up there. And
It was better
surprisingly,
than the first one for sure, no doubt.
yeah, for sure. I would say surprisingly in the sequel of the prequel trilogy, Revenge of the Sith kind of climbed up, I
Yeah.
kind of wish they would have started the prequels with Revenge of the Sith and maybe skipped. I know that somebody out there took Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith and sort of like did an edit where they got rid of the Jar Jar stuff and made it so that it's like a more seamless movie, a
Okay.
coherent movie with just those three movies. And
That would be cool.
Wow, that's a,
yeah,
The thing is, like, I feel like, Revenge of the Sith is like such a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it's such a powerful movie that it needs two fucking primers
Right.
to make it so good. Because you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you were to watch it without the other two, it
Yeah.
doesn't, it's too much world building. Like, the first one is all world building.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then the second one, still setting more of the story, some of the backstory for Anakin,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
all that.
Yeah. Yeah. No. What did he say?
Shows like the Clone Wars and Rebels and stuff like that did a great job of doing that too, where they expanded the lore and the
Right.
world building and stuff. And like even in that scene, was it in Ahsoka recently where they had Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor reprise their roles, or maybe it was the Obi-Wan series. It was the Obi-Wan series,
Obi-Wan series. Yeah.
Obi-Wan.
and they de-aged them a little bit. They could have done a better job, but they definitely made them look like the way they looked in Attack of the Clones, when
Right.
Anakin had the short hair and the braids still.
Yeah.
And they had like kind of a duel, like a training sparring session. And I'm watching that. I'm like, see, that right there is what was missing from the prequel movies. You needed to have that banter, that back and forth, like the relationship. They're supposed to be like brothers,
Right.
and it started like a father son, and then even like, and I can kind of relate to that. I'm a father. I had a kid at a super young age, and my kid and I basically were like, Obi-Wan and Anakin,
Right.
like, because my son is 28, I'm 45. You do the math. That's pretty
Right.
freaking crazy. Obi-Wan wasn't ready.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready either, but we stuck around. We haven't dueled like, we haven't, no scars, no fucking severed limbs yet, but we're still
Right.
but yeah, no, I can relate to it. And I think a lot of people use Star Wars, and I don't hate them for it, but I think it's a great blueprint for parenting.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like you can really raise a kid on a really awesome path, just showing them like the Force and shit like that, and how it can like translate to life. Not
Right.
to get philosophical, but it is true.
Yeah. Yep. Because that's how you live positive, as far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying?
And it's a positive thing for motivation,
Right,
too.
exactly.
So it's a good thing.
You can do
sure.
anything, the forces and everything. It's up to you to use the force to do better for you. So I'm with you. I got you.
Yeah,
Right
yeah.
there, Steve. Got it. Yes. Yes. And it's the truth.
Empire, though. Yeah, no, Empire was definitely, for a lot of people, the benchmark. It was a lot of people's first choice
Yeah.
for sure. I think it's up there in my top 3 easily
Mhm.
with
Yeah.
Revenge
When I
of the
saw that
Sith.
movie, that's when they, what do you call it? They freeze Han Solo, right?
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Carbonate.
And the scene where she says to him, "I love you," and he goes, "I know."
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
My uncle was in the movie theater with us. He took us. And we went to see it, and he laughed his ass off as soon as he said it.
Uh-huh.
And till this day, I remember that clearly because he did it loud, boisterous, like it wasn't like himself.
Yeah.
Because the light was great.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. So then now
And I remember
so that is when my wife texts me, that's what I have as it's like, it's Leia saying, I love you. And then Han saying, I know. That's the text message when my wife calls me. So yeah, all day, bro.
Yeah.
It's on my Instagram. It's on my Instagram profile, like in the middle top pinned photo. Me and my girl wearing the T-shirts. I love you. I got the I know. She's got the I love you.
Yeah.
It's so great. Yeah.
It's
That was Harrison Ford's idea, by the way, that line.
Was
That
it?
great. That was his line. That was his idea. Yeah. He said it to George Lucas. He's like, I don't think he would say I love you back. I think he would say something a little bit cool, like cooler.
Right.
He went with I know. So I was like, oh,
I know.
Yeah. And that was freaking classic, bro. That's where it's at.
It was
man.
funny. I mean, I laughed at it too, but my uncle, it surprised me because I was only like, when did it come out? 70 what?
70, no. 82.
No, even later. 88 or something like that. My bad.
Empire, was it that long?
84?
It was like 84, 85, I thought.
Okay.
83? But it's in there. It's in mid-80s is when the Empire Strikes Back came out.
And Star Wars came out when?
In 77.
Yeah.
That long between the two?
They were always like 4 years apart, I want to say.
Yeah. Right. That's what I'm thinking, 83.
Yeah.
So I did a rewatch this
I was
last
like 14
week,
or something
right?
like that.
I did a rewatch Empire Strikes Back last week, right? And one of the things I was really fascinated with was the whole the Cloud City on Bespin.
Right.
How because it's so easy to gloss over, especially if you saw the Han Solo movie.
Did you like that one?
Han Solo?
Did you like the Han Solo movie?
I liked it.
I liked it. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I liked it.
But what's his name? Landau, right? He's just like he's like a gambler or this and that, and then all of a sudden now he runs a whole fucking city in the sky. So that's like a major feat. They don't really show how you can see how big it is, but you kind of see in one of the scenes, you could see other buildings in the background. It's like a massive city. He just runs this city that's off the grid, It's like off the grid living they have. We're not part of the Empire. We got some good living here. Fuck the Empire. Let's do our own shit. And then
he did that from playing Star Wars poker. Saban.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
He knows how to play those cards.
Yeah. And I think that's how he got that. Wasn't it something like that? He won the Cloud City like that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? You ever watch the World Series of Poker? Can you imagine those guys winning a whole Cloud City?
I know.
Instead of millions of dollars and shit?
Yeah.
Wow.
Freaking insane, bro. Insane. But that goes to show what space can look like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What living in other universes is going to,
different souls.
Different stars. You're just like, what the hell?
Yeah, I think what's nice that you're getting other people who are adding to it. They're putting their own input. People who are younger than I am.
Right. Yeah.
Who like it like you guys do.
Mm-hmm.
And then younger than you. I mean, so they're getting all this input and then they're refining it.
Because it's a great story, bro. There's so many different characters. I mean, look right now, just alone, like I said, going on the original 3. Now you got, now you have the story for what's his name? Jesus Christmas.
Yeah.
Not what's his name? For
Obi-Wan, Anakin?
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
You know what I'm saying? Now the Sith. There's just so many backstories from all these other characters.
Yeah.
You know what? I hope that I've been talking about it so long. I'm just I talk about it so much. I'm like, they need to do fucking Vader series.
Yeah, they do.
They might, dude. They might.
I think they might because they actually asked Hayden Christensen interview if he'd be interested. And he said, "Hell yeah."
Mm-hmm.
He said,
"Hell
just
yeah."
He was like, "Hell yeah."
Hell
like,
yeah. Yeah.
Why would you say no?
Yeah.
Right.
Really, right?
But his whole shit was too short.
They could pull it from. They could pull from the
yes.
and
Yeah.
could you imagine them do that scene, that whole story arc where he has to kill a Jedi without not have a lightsaber. He has to kill. Would they have to kill with their own lightsaber? Is that part of the role? I know they're supposed to kill a Jedi, and then they have
bleed
to
the crystal.
Angle it.
Right. They had to bleed the crystal.
They got to force all their anger and hate into it to get to fucking bleed.
Yep.
But don't they actually have to? I don't know if they would add to that, but if they show it, but don't they have to kind of go deep into their memory and go through a whole story arc in their mind or something like that?
But see, now the whole thing is that,
or am I thinking something else?
Well, no, but we got to see if that would even be for him. Because don't forget, Darth Vader, Anakin, he before he even became the Sith and did all that stuff, he was a robot. You know what I'm saying? Because that's after he had to fight with Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
So he had to become, he didn't do it right away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how many years later? So it'd be cool to watch his recovery and him now going to the dark side. Now he's got to go through those things, and it's going to be harder for him.
Yeah.
To me, anyways, because he had so much anger, he couldn't control any of his shit.
I love the part in Obi-Wan when he was fighting him again and throwing the rocks at him.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he has
And
like
then
over 100 rocks in the air.
Yeah.
He's like,
It's so sick.
He's just like, and he just pummels him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Knowing full well that he doesn't like sand, he's like, how about these? How about this for sand? Just throws all that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. It's fucking amazing. There's so many characters to build off of, and then how they all come back.
Yeah, but it's so cool how they split his voice when he was talking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, that was
Anakin,
art.
And then it was Darth.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That
Beautiful.
freaked me out, man. I was like, wow.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. That's kind of like the second time they did that, because in the series, I think it was Rebels, they did that where Ahsoka took a piece of his mask off.
Yeah.
And you could see a little bit of his face and the Sith eye that he had remaining.
Yeah.
And his voice was turning from like human Anakin sounding to Darth Vader, kind of back and forth a little bit. So it looked better, I would say, in live action the way they did that. And the comics show a lot of good stuff too that hasn't been touched yet. So if they ever want to translate that, adapt that to live action, I'm here for it.
They did that first, as the first episode, him having to kill a Jedi and then bleed the crystal, and just have like the end right before they cut to credits is him like powering up the lightsaber for their first.
You saw the Acolyte, right? You saw the you saw the Acolyte. Remember that scene where the girl she did it?
The Acolyte.
They did it weird. Yeah, they did it weird.
While the lightsaber was activated, she like bled the crystal while it was in there.
Yeah.
I always thought they did it like they had to have the crystal,
have the crystal in their hand. That's what I thought too. But I think that was showing her power.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like showing,
showing that she's turned.
Right. That may have been what it was.
Yeah, that was symbolic.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Because that was another. I liked that too. I liked the Acolyte. That was pretty.
I liked it too. I kind of wish they got a second season, but it didn't get the ratings.
Yeah.
Didn't get the ratings. Yeah. I try to promote it every time I put it on my stories. I'm like, guys, tune in. Like, I'm their number one freaking fan. I want everyone to know.
Nice.
Yeah, no shit, man. This is so many.
I know the story was a little different, so I think that's why some people didn't like it. But that's what it is with Star Wars. I feel like a lot of Star Wars fans at first they reject it and then they like it. Like the prequels, people hated on the prequels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, times change. People have come around to the prequels. I wonder if we ourselves are going to come around to the sequel trilogy, like Rey and.
When I did my whole rewatch, when I watched the whole Star Wars timeline, when I did the rewatch, I was like, you know what? I was like, these are good movies. I mean, I didn't like the direction they went with it, but I'm like, and they're doing some patchwork now, and we've talked about it before. But I feel like on the rewatch, I was like, you know what? They're actually like. They're pretty good. They're fun to watch.
Yeah.
I like them.
But I would say that they're the most visually beautiful.
Right. Yeah, Steve, you're right.
Yeah.
But see, here's the thing, though. Because they haven't been able to do everything in order, is what I'm going to say. Nothing's in chronological order. You know what I mean? So that then now it's like, okay, so now they did, the episodes 1, 2, and 3. So we're like, I didn't like the way really that looked. But in all honesty, that's how it would look. That's how it would be. We're seeing all those things that we're talking about right now. I wish they would have put it in here. I wish they would have done it. It's just that now we got to get caught up to watching it.
Exactly.
All out of order.
People were like, oh, it looks weird, but like they never showed Coruscant.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Like the first time seeing Coruscant, like the entire planet is a fucking city.
Yeah. I know, right? And I saw something the other day
That's
on
what
it.
I love about
They're showing
it.
the
Science
levels.
fiction is incredible.
Yeah.
You know what I love about Star Wars, though, is every planet is an entire thing. Like this planet is entirely a desert. This planet is entirely ice. This planet is entirely a swamp. This planet is entirely a city.
Yeah. Mudhole, slimy. My home this is. Going back to Empire, I got to say Yoda is the funniest troll ever on film. The whole their first meeting, him and Luke, where he's just going through his shit, rummaging. He's like, just throwing everything behind his back. How do you get so big eating food of this kind? Gets into a fight with R2D2. R2 had to tase him.
The crazy part is R2.
That's true. That is true. Yeah. So is R2 trolling?
His thing. He's just like, Yoda's doing it.
He had his memory wipe. Now that you mention it, he had his memory wipe.
I thought it was always C-3PO that had his memory
wipe. No,
they
both did. Captain Antilles is like, he goes, you're in charge of them. Make sure they have their memories wiped. That was at the end of episode 3. Yeah.
Right. But
I would rewatch it because I remember he said have the protocol droids memory wiped, and he goes
wipe. You're right about that. Yeah, but I assume that he meant both of them. But you might be right.
Yeah.
yeah,
But I'm trying to remember
That's
if
true.
R2 got away.
I always
though.
I thought it was both of them.
Yeah,
as
but
well.
I'm trying to remember. I
Uh-huh.
want to say that I remember seeing something where R2 got away. Like he didn't. Something happened before they could
Yeah.
wipe his memory.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I never saw that one.
Yeah, I want to say that that's something I saw. I don't know if it was like a post credits
Oh, it
kind
might
of shit
be.
or
You know,
something.
there's a lot of AI stuff out.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Oh, now, yeah, you're right. We're gonna have to watch that shit again now for real. Just
Yeah.
There's so much stuff out there.
yeah,
Yeah, that whole
Yeah.
story arc is fucking. I love it. The whole Yoda with him training with Yoda and stuff like that,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then him going to the dark cave.
yeah.
Now,
Try
not-
not
Yeah.
the thing that
Yeah.
sticks out to me is when he leaves to go to his friends to help him
Right.
out.
Oh yeah,
Right? And then like, then you fucking what's his face shows up, Obi-Wan.
oh
Right.
yeah, I remember.
You know, and remember what you learned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he ends it with what does he say?
There is another.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
a lot of people didn't know what that meant at the
Right.
time,
And
which kind of
because
means
I didn't know then, but
Yeah.
I then figured it out later.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
Leia, of course.
Yeah. Right.
This
'Cause-
is also the movie that showed Boba Fett for the first time.
Right.
Well, live action Boba Fett anyway, because you saw him
Right.
animated in the Christmas, but nobody likes that one. So
Yeah. No. That's right. Yeah.
the holiday special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking funny. It's true though. But yeah.
Yeah.
No. But but that's what I'm saying, dude.
Boba Fett.
There's so many different things, so many
And you know what?
storylines.
You know what I love about Boba Fett though? That really shows how like cunning he is. Because you got to remember how Han Solo pulled that move where
Right.
he clinged on to the Star Destroyer.
Right.
You know, they got right in front of the bridge to freak him the fuck out, and then clinged onto the Star Destroyer, and you know they're not on the radar anymore. And they think they're so smart. They're like, oh, it's releasing garbage, and they go out, and fucking Boba Fett is
It's just
smarter than them. And
knowing
he's like,
what he's gonna do.
Yep.
he's
Already
Yeah.
like,
watched.
"It's
Bounty
fucking
hunter.
garbage.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Dude. Yeah. That was great though. I forgot about that.
Mhm.
Is there
Mhm.
anything? So you know when in 3, and I don't want to jump ahead, but you know in the beginning it's R2D2, C3PO. They go to what's his face,
Jabba.
Jabba. Thank you. And then the whole thing sets up where it was all set up that they knew they were going to do their Jedi thing. He was going to do whatever. What led up to that first? Like, were there stories about what was going on to get to that point
Yeah.
in the Star Wars? Would you like you'll know
In
what
the
they
novelization, I think they explained it, but I don't think it was actually shown in a
Yeah,
deleted scene or anything like that.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It wasn't. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. It's those little things that see, that's probably one of the ones, now that you say that they didn't have an animation for.
that would be a cool
You know what I
one,
mean?
don't you think? I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because that's honestly, that was Luke Skywalker's come up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right.
Because he went from like, no, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? To now turning around, he's like, you're
It
gonna
is
give me
no.
this.
Yeah.
You know?
Talk about a story arc for a character. He went from a whiny farm kid,
Yep.
right, to like badass Jedi with the black like hood over. The way he walked in and just took out the Gamorrean guards with
Yes.
his fingers, like nope,
Right.
nope,
Yes.
choked them out. You know.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Love that scene. I love
Yeah.
that scene. And he even in front of like Jabba's face, the defiance to be in front of the biggest gangster, you know,
Mhm.
the baddest hut of them all, like Jabba, and just look at him and just like, this is your last warning. Like to be like
Yep.
so bold as to be, and he's just like, your Jedi mind tricks don't work on me, you know. And
Uh-huh.
still like, it was such a, oh, I love that. That's when
Yeah.
I like Luke became my favorite. When he took out the green lightsaber, this is always, I know we're getting ahead because we're talking about
Right.
Empire, but there's always been this like, where did he get that crystal from? Was that
Mhm.
Qui-Gon's crystal? Because, you know, did Obi-Wan hold
Mhm.
on to that lightsaber all those years, his master's lightsaber? And maybe when he went back to like Tatooine and he went looking for parts to build his own lightsaber, Luke I'm talking about,
Yep.
maybe and if you notice, the Return of the Jedi lightsaber that Luke has looks a lot like Obi-Wan's that he's
Yeah.
always had since like, you know,
Right.
way back. So he
Right.
definitely modeled it after him. What else did he find in the hut, in Obi-Wan's, you know, hut?
Not
Probably
true.
found Qui-Gon's crystal
Mm-hmm.
and said, I'm
Yeah.
going to use this color because my dad used blue. It's not me. Maybe I'm
Right.
more green. But I mean, then
Right. I like
Star
the
Wars
green,
lore
too.
changes.
I like
I like
green.
green.
Yeah.
Star Wars lore changes. They say that has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with the person's, like, you know,
Right.
who they are as a character. And that's what makes
Yeah.
the crystal the color it is.
I heard
Yep.
that too. I
Yeah.
heard that
That's
too.
exactly what it is.
Because I know in the prequels they were trying to make it like if you're like a Jedi Master you had green, and if you were like
Yeah.
a Jedi Knight you had blue, but
If you were a Guardian, you had a
you
yellow
had
one.
yellow.
Right.
Though they had
Yeah.
yellow, but that was obviously assigned to them that color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's, I mean, that,
and then we
Right.
find Ahsoka a white is a purified, uh, Sith saber.
I didn't know it was a purified.
Yeah,
system.
I looked that up.
Mhm.
It is.
It's
That's pretty cool.
if you take a crystal that's been bled and then you purify it, it turns white.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It also
that's
makes a different noise too,
Yeah, that's right.
compared
That's
to the hums or whatever.
right. Yeah. So I'm telling you, man, it so for me, because I am that kind of geek, I believe in, everybody's got their aura and all that other stuff. And to think that, us, I guess, saying it now, the lightsaber is your aura. That color is who you are. It's what you know what I'm saying? Like your everything, your zen, your
Right.
chi, whatever you want to call it, is in your lightsaber, making the different colors. That's why with purple, because there's what Windows, that he had, that was the purple one, because he was borderline.
He had
he
the
was-
pod. He was
right in
able
the
to turn the reflect the dark side back on.
Right,
to-
yeah.
yeah.
So,
yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like, oh, that kind of cool shit. I'm like, yes.
You got me cracking up in my head. I'm thinking about the Rick James sketch from Dave Chappelle when he's just like, I saw him, I saw his aura, and he's like, give it to me, baby.
Yeah. That shit. I forgot about that. That's
Give it to me,
funny.
baby.
That was a good skit too, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, that was funny as hell.
I just showed that to my girl for the first time. She completely missed all the Dave Chappelle stuff back in the day.
Oh.
And I'm like, how did you not see any of that show? So I had to sit her down. We watched all the Charlie Murphy stories, right?
Uh-huh.
And that brings me to another interesting question. I don't know about you guys. Did you ever run into I want to introduce this thing that I love to someone that I love, like Star Wars, for example? Because for my son, that was easy. I was from birth, I raised him as a Jedi.
Mhm.
But when you're with somebody, you're married to someone and it's not their thing, it's like, I want to share this thing that I love with someone I love. How do I do that?
Yeah,
It's not easy.
Yeah, no,
it's
wifey wasn't with it. Wifey's like, it's whatever. My kids were down
Tara's
for
not
it.
into it either.
Yeah.
As long as they
It's
don't mind
just
you
Chase
sharing
and
it
I
with
in the
other
house,
people
Yeah.
Yeah.
without making a big
Yeah.
deal about it,
Yeah.
and they
Well,
support you on that,
yeah.
then you got it both ways, bro.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Wifey's into the action movies. You know what I mean? Like she likes that kind of stuff.
Star
Like
Wars
the lethal
action.
weapons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That kind of like that,
Yeah.
that crazy thing.
I like
but
more of the
this-
sci-fi,
Yeah. Yeah,
Same.
no.
Same.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm the guy that could watch anything, and
Do you
even
like
her
Alien
movies,
at all?
rom-com, whatever
Yeah.
it is that you like, I could probably mess with it. I probably like it, right?
Right.
Yeah, I
It's
like
hard for them. It seems to be like they have that one thing that just won't
Yeah.
allow
My
them
wife
to
doesn't like it
enjoy.
either.
Yeah.
You know?
She doesn't like any of that stuff. Like I like Alien Earth that just
Mhm.
came out. I watched that
That
whole
was good.
That was
really good.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah.
show.
and they've already filmed. They're already working on getting the second season going.
Good. I mean, they had this whole not Lost Boys, Peter Pan. Yeah, Peter Pan and the Lost Boys theme going on with those androids. That was
that's
insane.
scary. She's scary, right?
I gotta watch
She's
that.
scary. Yeah.
No,
I haven't watched it.
Wayland Yutani Tech.
And that other guy, of course, but they don't. Yeah, so they'd have to watch it. We
Yeah.
could do an episode on that too.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
Plenty more.
Alien
Yeah,
is
Steve.
great. Yeah, I
you
remember
gonna-
the first time I saw that. I saw that too in Maryland.
Oh, yeah, Aliens.
Alien
Alien. Sorry,
with
yes,
Sigourney
you're right.
Weaver.
Yeah,
The very first one
yeah.
was with my grandmother. She sat through the whole movie and knitted a sweater.
That's so random. I
She
love
She would
it.
look
It's
up
just
at
like,
it and she would go, garbage.
No.
Yo,
And she just
I-
tossed it away.
I swear to God.
I can relate to that, bro. I brought my grandma to see RoboCop back in the 80s.
My God.
I was a kid. She was an old lady, and we're watching RoboCop, and you saw how he would just shoot people's dicks off, and I'm like,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
looking at her, and she's eating popcorn like nothing, like
Yeah, And great. I fucking love it,
Grandma's
man.
hanging.
I freaking love
love
it.
it.
Oh, shit, man. Yeah, but
So I fucking love it.
yeah.
It's fucking awesome. The thing with Empire though is that's the biggest one of the biggest reveals in a movie was Darth Vader revealing that he's
Mm.
his father.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Definitely. Because I mean, none of us knew. Of course, obviously,
Yeah.
duh. None of us knew. We were trying to figure out why it was he wanted Luke so bad. Like,
Yeah.
what did you need to talk to this kid about? Like, what did you want? You gotta have to kill him because he's a good guy. He's not coming to the dark side. And then like, I am your father. What?
Yeah, but he doesn't say that though.
No,
It's-
wait. I thought he says
Right. What's the
No, it says
true-
no, I am your father. He doesn't say Luke, I am your
right. He
Right.
says
He says, "I'm looking for my son Akeem. My son works." Somebody did a dub over of that. They actually had all of James Earl Jones clips from Coming to America, but with the Darth Vader scenes where he's like choking out the guys. It's like, where's the rebel base? What he's
is
doing, like all,
funny, bro.
all King Joffrey Joffre shit. It's heavy
That
dying.
is fucking hilarious. That is the best. Well, now that you say that, do you know that James Earl Jones, in his will, he left permission that if they're gonna
They
do
can
the
use his
next
voice
Star
for
Wars stuff,
anything.
they can use
R.I.P.
his-
legend.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Yep.
Yeah,
what a guy. What a guy.
Yep.
You know, they can use his voice.
For whatever else that they
whatever-
needed
That's
to or wanted to,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah,
that
for
it-
whatever
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Is
related
That's
that-
nice. That's a great gift,
dude,
man.
because he knows
Yeah.
he was the shit, bro. He was the man. Everybody saw him and they hear him speak. You know, they didn't hear, you know, the king.
You
they
can't do
didn't
Darth
hear
Vader with someone
whatever.
else's voice.
No,
It would
you
sound
can't.
horrible.
No.
No.
Yeah.
You would have to get someone who does a good James Earl Jones impression.
Yeah, right. But then you would get sued. You know, like you would have to kill Darth Vader altogether
yeah.
in any future stories, you know,
Yeah.
prequels or whatever. So for him to do that, bro,
That was-
what?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So
Yeah,
it's
that
gonna
is
be. I can't wait, bro. I can't wait for more movies to come out.
There's
I
gonna be
can't
so
wait
much
for the.
more.
Yeah.
Every time I look, there's always some new series or something going on.
Yeah.
I got to get
It's
caught up.
Christmas. It's Christmas.
Yeah.
Every time I see that, I'm like, yes, another present. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you,
Yeah,
Lord.
man.
I love
It
it.
is shit, man.
Oh my
No
God.
lie.
Yeah, and next we got so what's the two new things coming out? So the one that's coming out is
Shadow
that-
Lord.
that's with what's her name? Ventress?
Yes.
Oh,
no.
you mean the
Wait.
Tales of the? They did a Tales of the Jedi, which
Right.
had a Ventress story, which is amazing. That's already out.
Okay. I
No,
didn't see
but
that.
isn't there a
No, it's-
Ventress series coming out with Ventress?
No, I
No?
thought
Shit, news to me. I had no idea.
Yeah, no,
no.
there was a series with Ventress coming out, I thought.
You might say you might
So-
have one on us because I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
All I know
yeah.
is the Sith one is coming out, and then
It's
next
good.
season's for
I thought there was a
Ahsoka. They were talking about that. They were talking about
Yeah.
the next season for
Ahsoka's good, man.
We got the Mandalorian movie coming out. The Grogu
Yeah.
movie.
Yep. So seeing all that stuff coming out, but I didn't hear
I
about
can't
the
believe
new
they
one
made a
that was-
movie.
Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy?
I'm like,
Mhm.
why? Just keep doing the series.
Well, no, because it's gonna take too long. Now everybody, but again, it's like everything else, bro.
He's a busy guy now.
Yeah, he's super busy.
Yeah, super
but he's
busy.
getting older. You know what I'm saying?
That
So he
too.
doesn't look as young as
Well,
when it first
It
started.
doesn't matter. He doesn't take the helmet off anyway.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
This is the way.
Just use his voice. They could do the same thing with Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. You know, just use his voice,
Absolutely.
keep him in the suit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was in a suit actually in the comic books for a long time.
Oh wow, we have an amazing year.
Yes.
2026 movie wise, we have like Dune 3 coming out. I'm a
Oh,
huge
wow.
Dune guy, by the way. Love Dune 3. Avengers Doomsday is coming out that same weekend.
That's what I want to see.
Hell yeah! And then we have. Is there a Star Wars movie coming out this year? No.
no.
Wait. Oh, but the
There's not-
Mandalorian
gotta
Grogu
be-
is coming out this year,
Well,
right?
I was thinking of it, but it's going straight. It's not coming to the theater, right? It's going straight to streaming.
Theater and streaming not too long after.
okay. Okay, that wasn't counted as a real flick. I was saying that because it was going to the. I thought it was only streaming, but
Right.
okay.
There are a few movies that I'll pay like top dollar to see, like in IMAX 3D or the one where the chair moves. Tom, you know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Was it 40X or something like that?
Well, they have 40X, and the one by us, the Lexmark.
I remember you telling me about that, Tom.
Those are worth it. If it's a movie that's worth it, you're not going to want to see like, you know, Wuthering Heights in the fucking 40X.
Yeah,
box, you know?
right. Yeah,
But you're
yeah.
going to want to see like a Star Wars movie. You're going to see Dune 3, chairs moving, things spraying at you, you know, like.
When they re-released Revenge of the Sith last year, Chase and I watched them in the D-Box season.
No kidding.
Fucking
Sick.
awesome.
What it
Especially the
Sick.
first scene when they're coming together where I think that might be the only time you see, besides later in the movie, the only time you see Obi-Wan fly something is when
Ooh.
him and Anakin are flying before
Oh,
they
Yeah.
right.
into the ship.
Yeah, you might be right.
So
yeah,
that's a cool, but that's the first scene, you know, and you got
right.
the moving.
Well, I'm jealous. I got to do this.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm hating right now
Yeah.
too, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
God,
That's
Yeah.
cool. That's
yeah,
cool.
that's great.
I don't know, but saying before when I was saying like I don't know, is it possible to get someone into Star Wars who never was into it? I'll tell you a quick
Even
story.
if that's way, isn't have to try to get him into it. Just let it happen.
I was a kid in school, elementary school, and I was in an after school program, and they had these, you know, mothers watching us, teachers watching us, and they asked us, they said, "Do you guys have any movies you could bring? We could watch in this, you know, TV room or whatever." They had like one of those AV TVs, or they had like the built-in VCR or whatever.
Right.
As I happen to own all of the Star Wars movies on VHS, like I was telling you guys, the special edition one,
Yeah.
right? And they're like, "Bring it in." I bring it in, and we're watching. We can't do the whole thing in one shot, so it was like one day we did A New Hope, the next day we did Empire, and third day eventually we finished with Return of the Jedi.
Right.
All the while we're doing that, I had one of the mothers there watching it for the first time. She must have been, I don't know, people looked older back in the day. She might have been 30 back then, but she looked like she was, you know, way older. But she definitely felt something, and I got to
Mhm.
watch that with her, like side by side. She was so into it.
There-
She didn't know any of the things that everybody knows, that, you know, Vader's Luke's father and all that stuff. So when she
Yeah.
learned that for the first time, I got to see a genuine first time reaction, and she was like tears straight. And at the very end, Return of the Jedi, when Vader picks, I'm skipping ahead for anybody, spoilers if you didn't already know,
Yeah.
Vader picks up the Emperor and throws him down that shaft. She was bawling.
And what
Yeah.
about, especially when he says,
Chills, man.
when
I
he
get chills
says,
just
"I need to
remembering that.
save you." You
Right.
already have.
Yeah, dude, I get chills when I think of that. I get emotional.
Me
When I
too.
saw her reaction to that, I was like, this is real. This Star Wars shit, this is for
Yes.
life.
Yeah, kid.
Now,
This is for life.
so my thing is, I feel like if you watch the movie in release order and with an open mind, you're gonna like it. I think people just get hung up. It's sci-fi. I don't like sci-fi.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? So, but you know what? There's I gotta find it. I gotta send it to you. There is a channel of this girl or woman. She started a channel. She's like, I'm gonna watch movies. Where should I start? And it's like Star Wars.
Right.
So she starts with Star Wars Episode 4, and she just continues on, and she does her reactions. Like the camera's facing her, but it's away from the screen, and you
Right.
hear it in the background,
Right.
so you can hear the scenes. And she's like, she must record it and then just save the good parts. She's crying in all the scenes, and like, oh my god, he's your father. Like she's and it's just like, and she genuinely became a Star Wars fan after it. She's like
Yeah.
talking about going to Comic-Con. You
Yup.
know what I mean?
Yup.
She went
Instant
deep
geek.
into it.
Yeah.
It's already inside of
I
us.
feel
So
like if
someone
you
needed
watch
to
it
let
with
it
an
out.
open
For
mind,
Hell
I
yeah.
feel like
Get you started.
they're good movies. Like there's a lot of storylines. There's deep
Mhm.
storylines. You
Yeah.
know? And,
Yeah. You have to keep an open mind.
yeah,
Yeah.
because if
You
you
have
just like,
to.
oh, it's sci-fi, you're not gonna like it. But there's a lot of deep shit in it.
Mhm.
It's deep.
Yeah.
There's bullshit. There's like
Yeah.
grown ass men crying. You know,
Yeah,
when I
yeah.
went to go see Revenge of the Sith, when I was talking about in the D-Box,
Oh,
the
yeah.
guy sitting next to me, he was like weeping in the scene when at the end when I hate you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
That was the
He was
best
weeping.
lightsaber scene.
Yeah.
One of the
Longest
best
too.
lightsabers.
Yeah.
Longest one. Yeah. I remember I dated a hardcore Christian girl, and she dragged me to see Passion of the Christ. And no, if that's your thing, cool. But like, I'm looking around the theater and I'm not a dry eye. Everybody was crying at that towards
Really?
the end of that movie. And you're not wrong about Revenge of the Sith. I was in that same type of theater where everybody, you look around and the fans were there. Because I was one of the first ones.
crying.
I was one of them, man. It reminded me of Passion of the Christ. I felt like Passion of the Anakin. Like I was there. I felt it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
That
funny.
scene, but it's so emotional too because it's like two brothers or father, son, brother kind of fighting, and just
Yeah.
having that sacrifice. So like, yeah, that's a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's freaking
Yeah.
awesome.
So
Yeah.
So with that, my gentlemen, time is up. Yes. So, but thank you for being here with us, bro.
Yeah.
Keep-
Pleasure to
keep-
be here. Thank you
keep
guys.
awesome. Love this stuff. And yeah. So everybody else, like, follow, comment, subscribe, all the other good stuff.
Right.
So love, peace, and hair grease.
Live long and prosper.
and use the force.
Holla.